Hey guys, how's it going? Right here we have the Type-8, the successor of the Type-7, and the smaller cousin of the Type-9, a cargo ship in Elite Dangerous. And the ship has been out for a while. Now, without further ado, the Type-8 review. Should you buy it? Yes, you should, and I'm going to explain to you why. It's not an expensive ship. The TLDR is this. Not an expensive ship. It can have more cargo than a Type 7. 406 tons of cargo. So even more. And the dimensions are approximately 100 meters long, 60 meters wide, and 25 meters tall, which makes it quite big. It doesn't have multi-crew, which is something that I find a little bit disappointing. There's no way you can actually play this with more people, even though you can clearly see there's these screens in the back, and you know it looks like a bridge. I mean, there should be other people in here, but it's not, which is kind of sucks, to be honest. It's a huge vessel, so I don't really get why there would only be one. It has a top speed of 228 meters a second, which is abysmal. But it is a transport ship, and it's made to do that. Transport and a little bit of transport. It is quite expensive, on the 40 million mark. And yeah, it's just a really cool looking ship. I gave it a little skin here, a little paint job. It's called the Trabajador, which means hard-working man in Spanish. I'm not Spanish, but I thought that'd be a fitting name for this ship. And look at the back, it looks fantastic. Look at those engines. It's a really good and awesome looking ship for sure. Medium pads, meaning it can land on anything, making it super versatile. It has more cargo, and it can land on whatever you throw at it. It's really good at mining, really good explorer, and really good freighter. So, and we are going to do freighting with it. In terms of utility, or in terms of hardpoints and all that stuff, it has 5 hardpoints, which is pretty cool. 6, sorry. 5 small ones and 1 medium one, which is really cool, so you can do fun things with it. There's one on the left side of the bridge and one on the right side. Then there is a medium one on the underbelly. I believe it's right here. Or that's where the SRV is. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure where it exactly is. But it's here, down here somewhere. And then we have a few more small hardpoints around the ship. And on these weird arms, which is something quite interesting, these arms. I don't know why it has these arms, but it is pretty cool, especially with the heat sinks. And then it has 4 utility mounts, which is a little bit lackluster, to be honest. For a ship that's 40 million, you would kind of expect a little bit more. But again, this ship is really made to, do good trading, mining, and do some exploring. It's not made to fight. This thing does not fight. If you watched my other video, you know that it's not made to fight. I made a combat version of this, and it was absolutely horrible. The worst thing I've ever played with in combat, to be honest. So no, you shouldn't fight with this. However, in this build, I have given it shock mines. So the idea is that if I get chased, throw down shock mines and hopefully escape. But because it's so slow, maneuverability score of 1, it's pretty abysmal in that case. But it's a good trader. 320 tons of cargo I have on this ship, so we're gonna do some cool trading with that in the upcoming episodes. Not in this review, but yeah. So let's go over the outfitting real quick of this ship. As you can see, the Trabajador. I really hope I'm saying that right. And here it is. So 1 medium hardpoint, here it is on the underbelly, and then we have 5 small hardpoints, which I think actually is really fun. You know, I have a little torpedo here. These are super light, and they're just fun to play with. So, you know, I kind of like having a torpedo pylon sitting here to shoot if I have to. Won't do anything, but it's fun that you can. Then for utility mounts, which, you know, whatever, for a ship that's 40 million, it's not that much, but you don't need many more. I just have 2 heatsink launchers, that's it. It's not upgraded at all, right? So keep that in mind. But I do have a max jump range of 26 light years, which for a trader is fine. It actually is fine, and this is upgraded. You know, no experimentals on this, completely unupgraded. So no engineering on this. So here we have the internal core. I got lightweight alloy. Right here we have a class 5 power plant that we can put on it. Class 5 thrusters, again, you know, don't even bother with this. We got a class 5 frameshift drive, which is really nice. And then we have a class 3 life support, which is good enough. Class 4 power distributor. I wish this was a class 5, but 4 is fine. And then we have class 3 sensors and a 32 tons fuel tank, which is not that much. But then again, do you really need more? You know, I don't think so. Then we have a 7E, 128 tons of cargo rack, a 64 cargo rack, another 64 cargo rack, except here I have my bi-weave shield generator. Then we have a 64 cargo rack, a 32 cargo rack, a 32 cargo rack, a fuel scoop on a class 4, and this could be a 16 cargo rack. And then we have a docking computer, because why not? But this could be a 4 cargo rack. And then, technically speaking, we could also have a 2 cargo rack. But, you know, like, I could remove the bi-weave shield generator, but, you know, it's also engineered, and I'm not min-maxing here. You know, I'm just having fun. So I keep this on. But if you want to, you can turn this into another 64 cargo, and then, you know, you go from 320 to 384, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, that's basically the ship, guys. I mean, it's a cool ship. It's a good ship, and let's yeah. I mean, that's it. I don't really have much more on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this little fast review of the Type-8. So yeah, because you can take this to a medium-sized landing pad, you can go to small outposts, and you have much more cargo on you than a Type 7. You know, by 100, right? 120 even, I think, 110 more cargo. This outperforms it in any way. You know, of course, a Type 7 is much cheaper, half the price. But, you know, there's just no excuse not to get this if you can upgrade. You know, it's basically the Rolls-Royce of cargo ships at this moment, because except for the Type 9, which would be a semi-truck, right? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this is the cargo version of what people used to use the Python for. You know, it has more cargo than the Python, which kind of, you know, forces people not to use the Python for cargo, but use this ship instead. Which I think is perfect, because the only reason people use the Python for cargo is because it had more cargo space than the Type 7, and it can go to medium landing pads. Do I think the Type 7 needs to be buffed and needs more cargo space? Yes, I think it does. Even now, you know, especially now that, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Except the only thing you can say is that the Type 7 is just kind of a shit vehicle. Which I guess it is. But, you know, I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. In the future, we're going to take this ship for a few trade routes. And I'll show you guys how that goes. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.